Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA, episode 481. These numbers are getting very large. All right, UFC 315, Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. Don't know how many times I'm going to say his full name. I might go to JDM. There's a lot to say all the time. I'll break down that fight, go through that one round by round. Fantastic fight. We're going to talk about the co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko taking on Manon Fiorot. We're going to talk about the rest of the card. We're going to talk about all those fights. And if you like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. That way, the next video is coming out. Let's get started. All right. 2 decisions in 25-minute fights. So we have a lot to get through and go over. All right. Now, before this fight, first of all, if you didn't watch this pay-per-view, do not go buy it. It's not worth your time. I promise. This fight was not bad. Right? This fight was not a horrible fight to watch, but the whole pay-per-view the pay-per-view as a whole, all decisions, again, not an indictment necessarily, but the way that they were decisions and kind of bad decisions in general, stuff I didn't agree with. You don't need to go out and pay $80 to go watch this shit, especially if the results are already over. You're not watching this live. What's the point? This is not worth it. Anyway, was this fight good? Yes. Would I watch this fight again? Yes, I would. Would I pay $80 for it again? No, absolutely not. This fight started out pretty well, for JDM, landing the jab, low kicks, jabbing up top, going to the body with them. Muhammad jabbing to the he was landing the jab as well. Finally found that right hand after the double jab. He landed. He didn't land that many good shots pretty much until the 4th or 5th round. Yeah, I mean, he landed some. I'll get through him as I go to him. JDM landing the head kick, a nice left hand. I wrote down, if he can keep this standing at this pace, it's going to be a bad night for Belal. I thought for sure JDM was going to win if this continued the way it did. Now, the 3rd and 4th round, or the 2nd and 3rd round, 3rd and 4th round type of thing, I was like, oh, well, maybe. Hey, we'll see how this goes. JDM defending. Oh, yeah, and he also defended a beautiful takedown defense in here. Muhammad landed some hooks after they separated, so I was like, okay, maybe Belal's going to go in. He's going to go for takedowns. Even if he doesn't get him, he's just going to bruise him up top and then go shoot back down, right? That classic Dagestani shit where they go up top, go down, go up top, go down, right? They come up, hit you. When you bring your hands up to defend, they go down, and then you defend the takedown attempt, they come back up top. He didn't do any of that. And in between, I think, round 4 and 5, he said JDM's just too slippery. I thought... So JDM outlanded him in this first round, 28-21. I think he outlanded him in damn near every round. Yeah, every single round JDM outlanded him, but that does not tell the whole story. This first round, though, for sure, 28-21 in favor of Maddalena. I thought he landed the better strikes. I thought he landed more damage. Clearly thought it was his round. He also mixed things up really well, which gets hidden a lot of times, right? If you look at just the head strikes, 15-14, Muhammad actually beat him in the head strikes, but again, some of those weren't that impactful from Muhammad, and on top of that, Maddalena's outlanding him to the body 7-5 and to the leg 7-1. So just the striking numbers in general going Maddalena's favor. He looks like the better striker. 10-9, second round. Muhammad is still landing a lot of those softer shots, but he's just not putting a lot out there, and he's missing on the big shots as JDM moves in, then resets. That would happen a lot, right? Muhammad would get him to the cage. Maddalena would slip left or right and then get off the cage and circle back around, get to the center. So JDM did a great job of getting back to the center and not staying pushed up against the cage. That being said, though, in this round, Muhammad trying to get that takedown, not even close. JDM keeping it on the feet, landing the bigger shots as Muhammad ups the volume. This was a very close round, but the volume, 30-21 for Maddalena, those striking numbers can't be correct. I thought for sure Muhammad outlanded him this round. I gave this round to Muhammad. I had it 19-19. We'll talk about the scorecards when we get to them. We'll go through them together. I have not seen them yet. Third round, JDM digging to the body, coming over the top with that right hand. Beautiful shots from him. This was that was some of the cleanest striking in this entire fight. Muhammad landing some jabs, again, volume shots, some of them on the arms, but he's just throwing a lot out there. JDM landing or holding the middle again, landing those bigger shots as Muhammad keeps the offense out there. JDM landing the better shots this round and keeping the damage going as well. I thought, see, this round was relatively close, 34-32 for striking numbers in favor of Maddalena, but the bigger shots, the better strikes, the more impactful ones were coming from JDM. I gave him this round. 29-28 going into the fourth round. Muhammad is looking like the better version of how he did 4 years ago. So this is what I took away from this. I should have mentioned this at the top. So 4 years ago, if you were to look at a Belal Muhammad fight, you'd be like, this guy's got some skills, but he's never really going to beat the best of the best in the division. And then since then, he's kind of morphed a little bit, and he's turned into a more aggressive grappler, a more in-your-face striker. Really using his cardio as a weapon and being more conscious about not getting hit back, right? Not taking those big strikes, not being overzealous, not opening himself up. The thing is, in this fight, he looked like a slightly better version of the old Belal Muhammad. He didn't look like the guy who's been fighting for the past couple of years. So I don't know what was going on. I don't know if that's just from JDM doing what he was doing, or if Muhammad had something wrong, or if Muhammad, I don't know. Maybe it was his game plan. I have no idea. Muhammad keeping the pressure on, sitting down a bit more on the punches, still allowing JDM to counter and get back to the center. Muhammad pressing in forward and making it sloppy. And that's what I meant. Like, he was kind of getting sloppy. And it was working for him, though. JDM defensive takedown, landing some huge hooks of his own. Again, this is a close round. Muhammad finally landing some harder shots, and JDM landing big shots as well. So this is, like I said at the beginning of this, Muhammad didn't land any big shots pretty much until this round, I think. Fourth round, again, striking numbers very close, only 2 strikes separating him, 33-31 in favor of Maddalena. I gave this round to Muhammad as well. So I have it 2-2. I have 38-38 going into the fifth round. I think whoever wins this last round wins it all, right? And then you see this happen early on. Muhammad keeping his hands low, throwing kind of sloppy shots. JDM dodging them, coming back with the bigger shots. Then JDM cuts him with the knee. Muhammad lands a big right hand. Muhammad gets the takedown. I was like, for sure, he's going to eke his way to a victory. This is going to be the end of it. 60 seconds go by. JDM gets back up. Very little damage taken. JDM landing some really nasty shots in tight. His elbows. Muhammad walking just right into him. JDM hurts him with the left hand. Muhammad is wobbly, and then JDM starts to pour it on. There's some grappling exchanges, and JDM landing some hard shots. I thought this is so crazy. So 53-27 for striking numbers in favor of JDM in this round. This was Muhammad's best grappling round, having 1 minute and 32 seconds of actual top control time. Like, he was on top of him for like 60 seconds of that. This was his best grappling round by far. I mean, look at the first 3 rounds: 4 seconds, 7 seconds, 19 seconds, and then in the fourth round, he finally did get him, but he was mainly pushing against a cage minute 19. This one was actual legit on top of him, taking him down, keeping him down there for a while, and he lost it. This was his worst round. So you can chalk it up to a lot of things. So I had it 48-47 for JDM. JDM ends up taking it on all 3 scorecards. Let's see here. Mike Bell and David Therian both saw it the same way, 48-47 in favor of JDM, giving that first round to Muhammad, the second and third round to Maddalena. That fourth round, okay, so the fourth round I absolutely agree with. That was definitely Muhammad's. And the fifth round, definitely Maddalena's. But that third round I gave to Muhammad. That second round I gave to Maddalena. And for sure that first round I gave to Maddalena. How did you guys score that first round for Muhammad? Wow, they were really, holy shit. This could have been a bad night, guys. There was a lot of bad decisions, and we don't need to gripe on this one too much because we have a lot to get to, especially in the prelims video. We'll talk about it. But this is bad. This is real bad. Not as bad as those ones, but this is not good. I'm trying to think here. I mean, I guess it was... okay, like I said, those rounds were close, but the fact that they both saw it the exact same way and they didn't split those... This could have been really bad. Luckily, it wasn't. The right guy won. JDM moves on. Who's he going to fight? it's got to be Shavkat, right? Shavkat or Brady, depending on the scheduling. Like, he jumps the entire line, goes from 5 to champ. Muhammad likely is not going to be number 1. He does not go from champ to 1. Likely dropping down to 3. He's more likely to drop down to 3, and everybody else shifts down. So Edwards to 4 and Usman to 5. That's most likely what's going to happen, unless they want to throw Gary in there for whatever reason. But yeah, I thought JDM was, before this, I thought he was at least one more win away, but just scheduling, timing, and he took advantage of it. Excellent. Good job for him. Or good for him. A fantastic fight. What's next for Belal? Oh, boy. Let's go back to this. I mean, I wanted to see him versus Shavkat. I thought that fight would have been fun. He has not fought Kamaru Usman. That could be a fun fight. I wanted to see the Sean Brady rematch, but I don't want Sean Brady to have to win again to get to the champ. I think he's more than earned it. Muhammad could fight Gary, but that's a big jump down. If Gary wants to jump, or if Belal wants to take on a challenger, that's a good one. He hasn't fought Gary, hasn't fought Usman, hasn't fought Brady. See, this is why if he won this, it would have been so much fun. Anyway, that's the other thing. My bad. JDM called out, I think, Islam Makhachev. Islam wanted to move up, and Islam was waiting for Belal to win this one, or win or lose, depending on what happened with that. He was either going to step up and fight because they're teammates, and he didn't want to fight him. And Muhammad goes, just go ahead and get that fight signed because I'm going to beat this guy. Oh, well, the best laid plans, right? Successfully defending the belt 0 times. Yep, that is Belal Muhammad has defended the belt 0 times. This was his first defense, and he lost. So, tough break for him. I think he can come back. All right, let's move on. Valentina Shevchenko taking on Manon Fiorot. The way Fiorot seems like how people are pronouncing it, so we're going to go with that. Fiorot trying to walk her down and get... by the way, this fight, kind of a stinker to watch. Technical fight, I'll admit, but kind of a stinker. Just a lot of sitting and waiting. Fiorot's going with the low kicks, the kicks to the body. Shevchenko landing that right hook or left straight counter as Fiorot started to come in. Fiorot's nose is bleeding pretty bad. She got to bust it up in that first round. She's looking pretty rough pretty much throughout the entire fight. Shevchenko landing that left hand, staggering her for a second. Shevchenko catches a kick, gets her down, and controls her for the rest of the round. I figured she was just going to control her and get her down, but she wasn't able to do that again. 19-13 for striking numbers in favor of Shevchenko. The champ taking that first round for sure, 10-9. Second round, Fiorot still only landing the kicks, still getting countered. Shevchenko does not, Shevchenko doesn't move forward. She doesn't want to move forward. She's just waiting to counter. And Shevchenko getting the takedown, but bucked right off. Fiorot gets a takedown with 50 seconds left, even lands an illegal knee to the head. It was partially blocked, so they didn't call it, which is lucky for her, but whatever. The way that the UFC's been going lately and the way that MMA's been going, illegal strikes are more of like a even if it's a knee to a grounded opponent, there's no guarantee that you're going to get a point deduction. At this point, it just might be a hard warning because it was in transition. So go fuck yourselves. Anyway, I gave this round to Fiorot. She outlanded her, outcontrolled her, 12-8. For striking numbers, 19-19, going to the third round. Shevchenko refusing to lead most of the time, just waiting to counter, like I said. Fiorot keeping this close by not engaging like she did in that first round, and even winning in the clinch. Fiorot leaning in and eats a spinning elbow, then goes for her takedown, keeping her against the cage. I got to give her this round as well. 14-14 for striking numbers, so it's dead even. Fiorot probably landed about the same amount of damage, but really it was control time. 1 minute and 40 seconds of control time was the separator. I thought she was able to win this round. I had her up 29-28. Fourth round. Back to how the first round looked with Shevchenko popping her in the nose, landing more kicks. Fiorot wants that takedown, holding her against the cage, just not landing any offense with it, though. And this is kind of like a point fight in space, right? Shevchenko is getting the better of the point fighting for the most part in this round, and Fiorot's only finding real success with control in the clinch. No damage in the clinch, just control. Shevchenko getting the knee tap, they get right back up. Shevchenko drops her with a right hand to end the round. So if she wasn't winning this round already, which I think she was, the striking numbers being pretty close, 16-14, Shevchenko dropping her at the end of the round, gave her this round for me, making it 38-38. So now last round here, I have it tied. Just not a lot on control time for Fior, countering for Shevchenko. 30 seconds left, and it's really close. Just control time for Fior, in my opinion. Not a lot of damage. Hard to say, but I think Shevchenko landed more, more of the damaging shots. I'm not confident in this one, though. I had a 48-47 for Shevchenko, but if someone gave it to Fior, I wouldn't have been surprised. That is not what we saw. But the scorecards were not all over the place necessarily. So Saul D'Amato and Chris Lee both saw it the same way I saw it, which is unfortunate because Chris Lee's a dingaling. And Guy Gerard gave that third round to Shevchenko. The round where they struck even, and then Fior got the control. Well, I guess those little shots. All right. I don't want to belabor the point. I don't want to go through this anymore. The fight was relatively boring. Shevchenko's been fighting for so long, kind of everybody knows what she's going to do, so she has to be super smart about what she's doing and why she's doing it. So what are you going to do, What are you going to do? Do I expect her fights to be the most exciting? No. Do I expect her to win most of the time? Yeah. And this is kind of how I expect her fights to go. So she's just racking up wins. She's got what? How many defenses now? This split decision loss is bullshit. I refuse to accept that one. It's horrible. We don't have to go through that again, but Mike Bell giving it an errant 10, throwing a 10-8 out there was absolute horseshit. Anyway, she should have won. She won that second fight too, but got bullshitted out of that split decision. Anyway, all right, so she wins the belt. Defended it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 times. Went to defend it her 8th time. Did legitimately lost, right? She overswung, got her back taken in a fight she was winning against Grasso. She was winning this fight. And then the second fight with Grasso, bullshit split decision. Should have got that back. And we saw that tonight. Grasso is not the end-all, be-all in this division. But anyway, and then finally gets it back. And then, so this is the 9th title defense. So she has 10... She's on the list. She's in like the top 10 for most title fight victories. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. She's been an amazing fighter pretty much ever since she came into the UFC. Anyway, let's move on to what I would say is a bullshit decision, but we'll look at the stats to see if it backs it up. Jose Aldo taking on Aiemann Zahabi. First of all, I'm not happy about this for a lot of reasons. One, it was very convenient for the UFC to just call this a featherweight fight instead of what it should have been was a bantamweight fight because it was scheduled to be fought at 135. Jose Aldo couldn't make the fucking weight, right? Oldest story in the book there. It was having a hard time making the fucking weight. And then he was coming in 8 pounds over, and before he stepped on the scale, they negotiated to fight it at featherweight so that he wouldn't get fined. Yeah, how convenient, or make him cut any more weight. Yeah, real convenient, guys. Anyway, Aiemann Zahabi takes it like a champ, decides to go on with the fight. That being said, let's look at this. Let's look at this fight and how it turned out. Also, Aldo with those quick kicks coming forward with those hard hooks. Zahabi trying to keep the jab out there as he retreats in circles. And Zahabi putting pressure on as the round goes on. Finally gets Aldo on the fence, able to land some good offense. Finding the mark up top with some hard shots, and Aldo coming back with his own. Aldo wins this round on volume, especially early. But I just thought, I was like, maybe he'll start to fade. He didn't really fade until the very last round, and there's a reason for it. So 23-21 for striking numbers in favor of Jose Aldo. I gave him this round 10-9, absolutely. Second round, Zahabi working the jab better, and when he lands, he can push him back and then reset to the middle, right? So when he lands, he's able to he wants to separate, reset, and then go back to the middle. Whereas Aldo, kind of when he lands a good shot, he just like unloads. We saw that in the third round. Aldo's best shots this round are those hooks to the body. Zahabi kicks him kind of low twice. The second time wasn't egregious. It touched the cup on the way down. That's still illegal. Can't do that shit. Aldo is the king of the 3 rounds. Yeah, they call him the king of Rio. I think he's the king of 3-round fights. Yes, he was the champion for a while, but his fighting style and how he gets tired in the 4th and 5th, actually the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, I think he is just he is one of the best 3-round fighters of all time, and he just happened to, his skills were so much better than the people that he was facing. They was able to get those wins. This was a closer round with Aldo being more active in the middle of it, keeping the offense out there. I thought he landed the better shots. Now, Zahabi did outland him 26-25, but I felt like those striking numbers are almost that, that's one striking differential. Who did more damage? I felt like Aldo did more damage this round. I don't think that's controversial. So I had a 20-18 going to the third round. Zahabi keeping the pressure on for moments, and then Aldo gets to the cage. Aldo landing that right hand and a bunch of knees, dropping Zahabi a few times, right? Like he lands a knee to the head, like he hits him with that right hand, stumbles him, drops him with a knee, drops him again. And this is the thing is like with that, Aldo unloads and then gets tired, and then it ends up in the same fight that we saw for the first 2 rounds, except this time Aldo can't move. He's so tired. And Zahabi starts beating the shit out of him for the rest of the round. Look at this. He got dropped twice in this round, and he still outstruck him 52-20, mainly afterwards. And then he gets Aldo on the ground, starts beating the crap out of him on the ground. This is still only a 10-9 round, so I didn't have it a draw. I had it at 29-28. But for Aldo, which is not how the judges saw it. So all 3 judges saw it the exact same way. Pasquale Procopio, I can't trust a fucking thing that he does. David Therian, I don't know him, and he hasn't done anything super egregious. And then Mike Bell. So 3 people like Mike Bell, I generally disagree with. So him giving Zahabi that second round makes sense to me because when it comes to close things, usually him and I disagree. But I thought Jose Aldo won that second round. And then these other 2 dingle, like one of them, he's so bad. One of his scorecards is one of the worst scorecards I've ever seen in the prelims. So we don't have to get into it, but I think that Aldo was not robbed necessarily, but this does put things in perspective. Like, where does he belong in the division now? Definitely not title contention. Even if he did win this, like the way he's fighting, I don't think he's a title contender. I think he could win a title if given the opportunity. He could obviously win, but doesn't deserve one, and he kind of retired. I think he was disappointed by the decision and more emotional. So we'll see if that retirement sticks this time. But he's still pretty young. All right, Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. This fight was not close. Not even close. Striking numbers look way closer than this fight actually was. Kicks from both. Seems like Silva's faster, landing harder. Grasso with that jab. Silva with lots of output, extending her punch combos, landing the kicks in space. She was doing such a good job of keeping that movement and bouncing in and out. And Grasso, I'll talk about it in a second here. Silva slips on a kick, right? Silva slips on a kick, and Grasso really wants a takedown so fucking bad. She dives on her. I'm like, holy shit. Like, she must hate standing with her because she went for, like, the second someone makes a mistake like that and you see that person's reaction, like, one, they could just be like a douchebag or more an advantageous thing, or they're just scared of standing and they're like, cool, an opportunity. Anyway, Grasso is just following and sometimes landing a jab. Silva outlanding her and outdamaging her. 16-11 for striking numbers in favor of Silva. Clearly her round 10-9. Second round. I don't know what Grasso is thinking, right? Maybe she thought she could get some takedowns, but she's just waiting a lot. She's just sitting around, not putting a lot of offense out there. Grasso finally starts pushing forward, but she's not able to control Silva, just keeps eating shots as Silva exits. I don't think they recorded all the shots that she landed or that they overcalled the shots that Grasso landed, because I don't think she landed these. Like 21-19, that did not feel right. Grasso finally keeps Silva on the fence and able to land, but Silva landing harder shots, even in that case. It just, again, 20-18, not even close. These rounds are not close. Last round, probably the easiest round to score, like even easier than the other two, and the other two were easy to score. Silva doing a great job of landing the lead hook as Grasso enters. Grasso again trying to land with that takedown in the clinch, but she gets reversed, and Grasso just couldn't catch Silva. Got outlanded 28-15. Couldn't do shit in this fight. That is, 3 losses in a row? No, the one is the draw. Oh, that's right. It wasn't a loss. It was a draw. That split decision draw. That's such bullshit. Anyway, she should fall back down. This puts... Let's see here. Natalia Silva, this puts her probably at number 1 because Fiorot lost and Grasso lost. She beat Grasso, so Erin Blanchfield probably ain't going to do it. Macy Barber ain't doing it. So Silva's the only one in here who's worth a damn because Andrade just lost. Jasovicius just won, so she could be moving in. She should be taking on probably the loser like Alexia Grasso or Fiorot, looking for that number 1 contender spot. And Silva, I mean, or they could just fight each other. They just fought on this card. I mean, all 4 of them fought on this card, so any one of those matchups makes sense. Okay. This video's gone long already. Kyle Prepolec versus Benoit Saint-Denis. This one was not close. It wasn't supposed to be close. The guy stepped up on short notice. Prepolec coming back to the UFC after a long layoff. When's the last time he fought? Lost to Austin Hubbard back in 2019, so a 6-year layoff. Saint-Denis right across the cage gets a takedown, holds him down pretty much the entire round, landing some good ground and pound, landing elbows, going for a rear naked choke as much as he can. He wasn't able to get the finish, but that was a 10-8 round in my opinion. Second round, Saint-Denis pressing forward, trying to walk through the shots. Prepolec pokes him in the eye. Great technique. Barely a warning for that one. Good God, in tight they are landing. So tight. Like they're landing so much shit. Prepolec, like the striking number is 44-12 in favor of Saint-Denis. But those 12 shots are coming back were pretty damn hard. And then Saint-Denis takes him down with the arm triangle and gets the finish that way. So, Saint-Denis was supposed to walk through him. That's what he did. He did what he was supposed to do. Like, that's the end of it. But looking at the scorecards, nobody gave that first round a 10-8, huh? Okay, y'all want to see death? Okay, that is it. We don't need to talk about any more of this stuff. We have to go through the prelims, so that'll be in the next video. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. That when the next video is coming out. And I'd really appreciate it if you like this video. Hit the like button. All right, let me know what you guys thought about the fights. Have an amazing week. Peace.